Though disciple, but Brahman depends on his disciple, students, for his livelihood. It's like crows. Crows have no independent life. They fully depend on the remnants of the foodstuff thrown by his householders into the garbage tank. Yes, garbage tank. Therefore, because a Brahman depends on his disciples, when Sarmishta was heavily rebuked by Devadani, she charged Devadani with belonging to a family of crows like beggars. Why are you saying like that? Huh? You're crow like beggars. Huh? They're waiting at our doorstep for livelihood like crows. Huh? The remnants, the household throw in garbage tank, the crows depend on it. You are crow-like. So, in Srimad Bhagavatam, find verses are there about crow. First canto, 5th chapter, 10th verse, find out. Na jad vachas chitra padam haret jaso jagat pavitram pragrunita karichit tad vayasam tirtham santi manasa na jatrahansa niramanti uzikkaya. There is vayasam, crow, speaks of, yes.
Those words which do not describe the glories of the Lord, who alone can sanctify the atmosphere of the whole universe, are considered by saintly persons to be like unto a place of pilgrimage for crows.
Pilgrimage for crows. Huh? And those words never glorify Supreme Lord Vasudeva. Huh? We understand? And those words are like the pilgrimage for crows. Yes, then?
Since the all-perfect persons are inhabitants of the transcendental abode, they do not derive any pleasure there.
Then they don't derive any pleasure there. Yes. Then? Huh? Purport?
Crows and swans are not birds of the same feather.
Crows and swans are not birds of the same feather. Huh?
Because of their different mental attitudes. The fruitive workers, or passionate men, are compared to crows, whereas the all-perfect saintly persons are compared to the swans.
Swans, yes.
The crows take pleasure in a place where garbage is thrown out.
Yes. That one is, Sarmishta said that like, huh? Huh? The crows have no independent life, they fully depend on remnants of foodstuff thrown by householders in the garbage tank. Yes, it says also here, first canto. Yes. Yeah.
Just as passionate fruitive workers take pleasure in wine and women,
yes,
in places for gross sense pleasure, the swans do not take pleasure in the places where crows are assembled.
Yes, swans never take pleasure in the place where crows are assembled.
For their meetings and conferences.
Meeting and conferences. Crows are there. A swan-like person never takes pleasure. Feels suffocated. What is this? It's suffocation. Such a person never speaks. He remains silent. Oh, his all crows are like a caw, 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 caw. Yes. A swan-like person, Paramahansa, is is a place of suffocation, suffocation, yes. I never like it. It's a close assembly of crows only. Yes.
The swans are instead seen in the atmosphere of natural scenic beauty, where there are transparent reservoirs of water, nicely decorated with stems of lotus flowers and variegated colors of natural beauty.
Yes, swans take pleasure there, assembled there.
That is the difference between the two classes of birds.
Crows and swans.
Nature has influenced the different species of life with different mentalities, and it is not possible to bring them up in the same rank and file.
Yes, not possible. How is it possible? In the same rank and file. completely different. Yes.
Similarly, there are different kinds of literature for different types of men of different mentality.
Yes. Different literature, men of different mentality. Some persons of the mentality of crows, some persons have the mentality of swans. So different kind of literature are there. What mentality you have? Mentality of crow, isn't it? Yes.
Mostly the market literatures which attract men of the crows categories
Yes.
are literatures containing refused remnants of sensuous topics.
Not some sort of topics, crows take pleasure in it, yes.
They are generally known as mundane talks in relation with the gross body and subtle mind. They are full of subject matter described in decorative language, full of mundane similes and metaphorical arrangements. Yet with all that, they do not glorify the Lord.
Don't glorify Allah.
Such poetry and prose on any subject matter is considered decoration of a dead body.
Decoration of dead body, yes.
Spiritually advanced
And crows also put the beak and they curse dead body, yes.
Spiritually advanced men who are compared to the swans do not take pleasure in such dead literatures, which are sources of pleasure for men who are spiritually dead.
Spiritually dead, yes.
These literatures and the modes of passion and ignorance are distributed under different labels, but they can hardly help the spiritual urge of the human being. And thus, the swan-like spiritually advanced men have nothing to do with them.
Nothing to do with that.
Such spiritually advanced men are called also manasa, because they always keep up the standard of transcendental voluntary service to the Lord on the spiritual plane. This completely forbids fruitive activities for gross bodily sense satisfaction or subtle speculation of the material, egoistic mind. Social literary men, scientists, mundane poets, theoretical philosophers and politicians who are completely absorbed in the material advancement of sense pleasure are all dolls of the material energy.
All
Dolls.
dolls of material energy, yes.
They take pleasure in a place where rejected subject matters are thrown.
Rejected subject matter, they are crow-like. Yes, remnants are thrown in garbage tank, crows assemble there, and they depend on it.
According to Swami Sridhar,
Yes,
this is the pleasure of the prostitute hunters.
yes, the prostitute hunters. Sridhar Swami said, that is Vayasatirtha. Kakatirtha, Vayasatirtha place, a pilgrimage for crows. Yes.
But literatures which describe the glories of the Lord are enjoyed by the Paramahamsas who have grasped the essence of human activities.
Yes. Finished? Vayasatirtha, Kakatirtha, place of pilgrimage for crows. You understand? That Prabhupada says, what's a women hunters? That sentence.
This purport?
No, that sentence, women place for women hunter. Last part of the
Yes, according to Swami Sridhar, this is the pleasure of the prostitute hunters.
Yes. Pleasure for prostitute hunters. That is Kakatirtha. Do you understand? A place, a pilgrimage for crows. Sridhar Swami says. Veera Raghava says, that is a place where the lusty persons assemble. A crow-like nature. Vijayadhara says, Those words of Shastra or book describes about all this, let's say, erotic descriptions, sayings, that is enjoyed by crow-like persons. Do you understand? Not the swan-like person, Paramahansas. Prostitute hunters, that place for prostitute hunters, that Siddhanta Pradip also says, their nature, their persons is crow-like, nature of crows. You understand? And they are assembled together in such a place that is known by Asatitha, place of pilgrimage for crows. You understand? The swans want to go there. Similar verse also you find in 12th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. You have 51 verse. Natad vatas chitra padam haret jaso jagat pavitram pragunita karichit tadbhankyatirtham natu hansa sevitam jatrachyutas tatra hi sadava mala. Natad vatas chitra padam haret jaso 12:51. 12th canto, 12th chapter, 51 verse. Similar verse. As you find in 1st canto verse, this 1st canto, 5th chapter, 10th verse, this similar verse you find 12th canto, 12th chapter, 51 verse. Natad vatas chitra padam haret jaso jagat pavitram pragunita karichit tadbhankyati itham natu hansa sevitam Jatra chitas tatra hi sadhava mala. No. That means the descriptions are the statements that don't glorify Supreme Lord Hari. Do you understand? But it may be written in very nice, flowery languages, sweet languages, but don't glorify Supreme Lord Hari who purifies whole world. That literature is appreciated by the persons, those who are like crows. Do you understand? Persons, crow-like persons. Nature of those persons is that of crow. They appreciate it. You understand? But those who are devotees, they can't appreciate it. You follow? Because those who are devotees with a purified heart, they are devotees of the Lord, they only want that literature that glorify Supreme Lord Hari. You understand? They never take pleasure in such literature. The persons, crow-like persons, they take pleasure in such fictions, stories. The glorification of the Supreme Lord is so powerful and so purifying that it purifies the whole world. The devotees, those who are fixed, those who are situated at the lotus feet of Lord Hari, Achyuta, they are always tasting the mellows, nectarian mellows